Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a tutorial on how to get your PlayStation 3 controller working on Windows 10. You may have easily been able to get it working on XP, Vista or 7. On Windows 10 it's a little bit more complicated because Microsoft will always find a way, well, they'll always try to find a way to block you from using the PlayStation controllers. So the first thing you're going to want to do is boot up your browser of choice. Mine is Google Chrome, and then just Google Motion Enjoy, all one word. And then we should get to a motionenjoy.com. These are drivers so that your PlayStation 3 controller will work. Basically, without these it just won't work, it won't be recognized. Everything else will then recognize it as a Motion Enjoy controller, so that's not a problem, but that's just what will happen. Now that website doesn't seem to want to work, so I'm going to try the top one, Motion Enjoy download. Here we go, this one looks a bit more like it. Motion Enjoy. Yeah, this is the one. So now you're just going to press the download button. There we go, so that download has finished. Let's go meet that in our downloads folder. We can close Google Chrome now. So here it is in our downloads. We're just going to extract it to a different folder so that it should just open it like this. We can close the other one. Here we go, now we just open that installer and it will run the installer. We want it in program files, Motion Enjoy. Yep, that start menu folder. Quick launch I'm not bothered about, but a desktop icon I do want. Good. So there we go, it's whacked that. Ds3 Tool on my desktop. And now I'll finish and it should run it. It's going to take me to the wiki as well. You don't need that unless you want to read through that. I'll just leave it. So this is the bit where you need your PS3 controller, is what you might think. But we're not done yet. In fact, it gets far more complex. This is now you just plug your controller in and it'll work with Windows, previous versions of Windows. But for this, it's not. So we're going to have to close that because if you plug it in now, it probably won't work. If it does, I'll be surprised, but it just probably it doesn't really. Now what we're going to have to do is go into settings. This one, update and security, then into recovery, and then advanced startup. To do this, we're going to have to restart. And once we've restarted, we will no longer be in this... Oh, what's just happened? Why is it just closed? That didn't make any sense, okay. But now this is... we won't be in this Windows format, so I won't be able to record with Bandicam. Why is it doing that? Anyway, I won't be able to record with Bandicam, so I'm going to have to go into Advanced Startup and record with my phone, so I apologise in advance for the quality. I'm going to apologise for the quality, but this is what you should get faced with on your screen. And, oh, now I've got to hold my phone with my left hand, this is going to be shaky. You're going to want to go into Troubleshoot, and then to Advanced Options, and then into Startup Settings, and then if we want to do any of this stuff, we're going to have to, that's the one, Disable Driver Signature Enforcement. To do that, we're going to have to restart again. So we just whack that again, and just wait. There we go, it's decided to appear on my second monitor, which has the sun on it, so you cannot see shit. There we go. Sorry for my language there. Now, you see the 7th one says disable, oh my god, my hands are shaky, disable driver signature enforcement. To do that one, we're going to want to whack F7 on your keyboard. And now it's restarting. And then once the computer is restarted, driver signature enforcement should be disabled. So here we are back on the computer, and now the Ds3 Tool shortcut that was created on our desktop earlier when we installed Motion Enjoy, we're just going to open that. This should open Motion Enjoy. Here we go, this is the screen you should get faced with. If you're using a PlayStation 3 controller, you're going to want to tick that one. But what I do is I use my PlayStation 3 controller for some things, but mainly for PCSX2, which you can see in my other tutorial on how to get that working. If you're using PCSX2, then I recommend ticking that one, because it just makes configuring it a bit easier. But this is aimed at PS3 controller, this one, so just leave it on the DX defaults PlayStation 3. And then you can go into options and fiddle with your... Oh, just ignore that. And fiddle with what is what if you want to, but I recommend you just leave it because it should be good for default. So now it's waiting for controller to be connected. Now it's just charging because that's what it does by default, but we're going to keep our DX default PlayStation 3 LEDs, so the 4 little lights, you can choose what they show. I like to just have them show 2 because I do. But then if they're not shown, then you just have to press enable to get them to show the things you want. And I think just when you plug it in, you have to press enable, just because otherwise some things don't recognize it. I think I've come across that problem. And then instead of pressing enable, you could just whack the vibration testing, which just makes it vibrate. If I put it on my desk, you'll probably hear this. Yep, thought you might. So that is that. Now, if we want to boot up, well, anything, we can use our PlayStation 3 controller, our DualShock 3 on it successfully with ease. So not quite as easy as it was on previous versions of Windows, but now that I've done this, I don't need to do that every time. I just open up this program, the Ds3 Tool, and press enable, and then it works, which is absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.